What's up, guys? Buddy Berg from Steel Town here. Finally getting a chance, getting a day off to drop this video. I've been trying to do it for a week now, but I kept getting called back to work. So finally I have a chance to do this video. I think I mentioned on the last one that I was going to do it on the undrafted free agents that the Steelers picked up. So, well, let me get started. There's 8 of them that they acquired. First one on the list here is Mark Gilbert, cornerback out of Duke. Mark Gilbert, he actually has some good pedigree. His uncle Sean played for Duke. Sean Gilbert played for Duke, and he played 10 seasons in the NFL. His cousin was Darrelle Revis. Most of us know who Darrelle Revis was, one of the greatest cornerbacks of all time. So, got some good genes there. So hopefully he'll pan out. I'm actually hearing, some good stuff about his name's coming up in OTAs, that he's doing well. So hopefully he'll make the 53-man roster. One thing I do want to touch on with these undrafted free agents, I don't know if everyone knows this, but I mean, obviously they bring these guys in for depth, but they also bring them in to push the starters. So that way you don't get guys becoming too complacent, just assuming they're going to be the starters, and no one can ever take their spot. You just don't want anyone to get complacent, and it'll push the starters to up their game, and everyone raises their game, and that's what you want. Good competition to force everyone to be at their best. So it makes a lot of sense them bringing them guys in. Okay, on to the second one on the list here is Isaiah McCoy, a wide receiver out of Kent. 25 receptions for 455 yards. You might say to yourself, it's like a third, fourth receiver. He did that in 4 games. He had 5 touchdowns to go along with that 455. His last full season, which would have been 2019, he had 56 receptions for 872 yards and 8 touchdowns. And if you're wondering why he only played 4 games, don't forget a lot of the college seasons were shortened last year because of COVID. So you're going to hear some of these stats, and some of them might not sound right, because not every college team, some opted out after 4 games, some didn't play at all. Some might have played 8 games, or whatever the case may be. So just keep that in mind with these stats. Third one on my list is Donovan Stinner. He's a safety. Had 150 tackles with 3 interceptions. 62 tackles in 11 games. Had 2 tackles for a loss and a pass breakup. He had a season-high 9 tackles against Ole Miss. I'm not sure what our safety depth is like. If he even has a chance to making the 53. I know we're short on depth, where we're looking for extra depth at probably tight end, which we didn't acquire any tight ends out of for the undrafted. Linebacker, we need outside linebackers. Offensive linemen, don't be surprised if we sign an offensive lineman here in the next few days. I know we're talking about undrafted free agents right now, but there's something going on with David Decastro. No one seems to know what it is. He's at OTAs. He's been there, but he hasn't practiced at all. And there's some rumors swirling around right now that David Decastro might retire. There's a lot of rumors going on. Nobody seems to know why he's not practicing. So just keep your ear out there on that one. But back to my list. Who we have? A guy here by the name of Shakir Brown. He's a cornerback out of Michigan State. The word is on this guy, he's not going to blow you away with his athleticism. But he's one of these, what they call pro-ready prospects. He actually was projected to go anywhere from like the second round to the fifth round. So the Steelers really got acquired a nice undrafted pick here, you know, getting them when they did. He had 5 interceptions in 7 games. Obviously, Michigan State only played 7 games. He made first team All Big Ten by the coaches in Pro Football Focus. The word on this guy is he's extremely fundamentally sound. He is always going to be where he's supposed to be. And if anyone remembers Artie Burns, we all remember Artie Burns. He was never where he was supposed to be. So this guy's pretty pro-ready. Like I say, he's not going to wow you, but you know he definitely be there for depth. Few of these guys who stand out will probably definitely make the either the practice squad or maybe put them on special teams. We'll see what happens. We got Kelvin Bundage, next guy up on my list. He's a linebacker, Oklahoma State. Now, it doesn't have here, this article with this write-up didn't have on there whether he was inside or outside. Oftentimes in college, they move guys around so much in college. That's probably the reason why it's not listed, because they play all over the field. You know, there'll be a secondary guy. He plays safety, plays slot corner, he plays on the outside. You have a guy on offense that plays tight end. He'll play running back. He'll play slot receiver. So that might be why that wasn't listed. But anyway, Kelvin Bundage. He led the team with 7 sacks, and he had 6 hurries. He actually had a strip sack safety and had 23 tackles for a loss. Kid seems pretty sound. Looks like maybe possibly special teams here. But we definitely need depth at outside linebacker, so keep an eye on him. Next guy here is Rico Bussey, if that's the way it's pronounced, a wide receiver out of Hawaii. His stats here aren't going to wow you. He started 8 games in 2020. Unfortunately, he finished 3rd in receptions with 31. But he's a transfer. He transferred from North Texas. North Texas, he must have played a much larger role at North Texas, where he had 128 receptions for almost 2,000 yards. So, I don't know if we need any more wide receiver depth. Maybe look to keep him on the 53. Okay, what we got here? Next on the list here, we have Lamont Wade. He's a defensive back out of Penn State. Oh, he's actually a hometown product. Right down 51 in Clearton. He played 47 games, made all Big Ten second and third team. 37 tackles, 18 solo, 2 fumble recoveries. They said he showed a lot of athleticism. He had 5 kick returns for 192 yards. No, he had a 100-yard kickoff return for a touchdown as well. So, pretty nice. We could always use somebody, a return man. Never hurts to have an additional return man. Next guy on the list, we have Jamar Watson, the linebacker out of Kent. 49 games, 29 starts, 107 tackles, 28.5 for a loss. He ranks 5th in school history. 14 quarterback hurries, 5 forced fumbles, 4 pass breakups, 1 interception, and 1 fumble recovery. He had a career high of 40 tackles in 2020 with 8 tackles and a win over South Carolina. I think that's the last one on the list here. That's the last one on the list, guys. I really appreciate you tuning in. I'd appreciate it if you could hit that like button and subscribe. And more to come as soon as I get a chance. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.